Okay, next video because I don't want to forget this concept. I already started thinking of another character. Don't know his name. It's probably gonna be my VTuber name, so got no idea what I was supposed to name him previously. Probably just another Kenshi Shirami, but it's kind of getting old using that name for four characters that's supposed to be original characters. But whatever. Okay, so we have this vampire, 365 years, and he's basically an otaku, and he's a neat. He likes to stay inside. At least that's his little backstory. He likes to get inside, and it's gonna be like my avatar if I ever become a VTuber. Never mind that. His story is basically he's a pharaoh. He was a pharaoh, but then he turned into a vampire. So originally he actually had tan skin, but now looks like pale as a vampire. And he has this ability to basically all vampires have this ability to manipulate their blood and shit. Or do they? I'm not sure. I'm not really into it, but probably they do. But I know every single vampire, at least high-ranking vampire, has these scars. The scars usually have patterns, and the more patterns you have on your scarf or unique patterns on your scarf shows high ranking because your scarf is made of your old blood. Basically, your inner power where you don't need that blood anymore. It's basically the dry blood that's like decayed and you make it out of that. So the more you basically bleed, the more scarf you should technically have. But you can only have that much scarf if you are able to regenerate that loss of blood, which most vampires aren't able to unless you're like noble. And he's a noble because he's really old. He's like 365 years old. And I should increase that age because Egyptians were in 1500 BC, so he's probably like actually 3000 years old. But yeah, he has a shirt that says "I'm bored." He wears baggy clothes and doesn't really get into fights. His ultimate move is within him. Um, it's basically he cuts off his whole arm and he releases this thing that's been sealed within him that's made of blood. It's a giant demon hand that basically mimics the same thing he uses with this regular old blood, which is these claws that could turn into a shield thingamabob right here, a missile. Well, it's not really a missile. It's just a long javelin that he could throw, and like it hovers around his hand and it like floats there stationary and like follows his hand movements. So yeah, I mean, you can make a ninja star, a long claw, shotgun pellets, and it hardens blood. So yeah, kind of like Devilman's Wonderland in the sense of type of way, but he can manipulate to any form, and it's harder because it's I don't know, it's just hard blood, I guess. He has a scarf and like, well, this is supposed to be a twist, but probably the story is never going to be published or whatnot. So, and even if it does, it's probably going to be like 10 years in the making. So no one's going to probably go all the way back and figure out the intricate plot details of the future. And his scarf, it looks like it has no patterns, so it's like pure white. So everyone's like, wow, he's weak as hell. So the vampires found out he's a vampire because obviously he streams on YouTube or whatnot. Well, that's the lore. He's a gamer. He got a little bit popular. These vampires are like, hold up, this guy has a scarf. He's easy picking because if you kill a vampire that's lower than you, if you or you kill a vampire in general that's noble blood and you're like common blood, which is newly born vampires that don't have scars because they're not able to make scars, and you kill like a higher vampire, you could use their noble blood to make the scarf instead of your blood because you don't have enough blood that you can regenerate. So yeah, a lot of people go after him. But what they don't know, I'm finna throw this now. See, content. What they don't know, if you zoom in the scarf, he's these like intricate patterns that are just really small but dense. Because he's actually a really powerful vampire. I don't know what type of pattern it's gonna be, but I was just thinking of just a really regular tiny grid. But within those grids, say there's patterns like this. This is just me going off. Yeah, just like these patterns like this. And the more, as I said, the more patterns you have on your scarf, it's probably means the more powerful you are because the patterns on your scarf is extra painted blood. So the having those like little intricate details show that he's old and he's powerful because he's just been chilling, chilling for 365 years. And, and then I guess later on it gets revealed that he's like 2,000 years old. He's from ancient Egypt. This is his original form over here on the top right. He looks more like a mummy in his original form because he's from Egypt, and he would cover his face and just sleep in one of the tombs, and then he finally woke up 365 years ago and just started chilling, absolute chilling into society. Yeah, so he's a really powerful vampire, and I don't really know how to incorporate him in the story. But it's probably gonna be his own like slice of life story, figuring out what humans are. You know, that usual story. He like goes to school for once because I don't know, someone thinks he's related to him. It's like, oh, you're my long lost son because he looks like his son, and then he's like, oh, well, this might be fun, so I'm gonna pretend to be his son, and then he figure out what humanity is after. Well, he figure out what it is to be human after he joins school and shit. Oh, garbage truck. So yeah, that's the story of this guy. I have no idea what his name is going to be, because probably I'm going to search up like a random magician name that means like a mortal or something. Used to be a pharaoh, tamed more power over time. Yep. Well, that's it. See you.